Welcome back, everybody. This is Red Halo here, and we're playing more One Piece Treasure Cruise. We just had a data download for this banner with Ace and Sabo. It's a Kizuna class pickup Sugo Fest, and they're going to debut on this banner. And what's funny is that this was at a weird time. It was like at 9 p.m. something for me, which is not news o'clock. Usually for me, it's 11 p.m. news o'clock. So it was a few hours early, and much earlier in the day, we got the batch information, as you can see on the top right over here, for this Sugo Fest. So it was definitely a little odd in terms of timing, but it's here. We're going to go over the steps in this video and kind of look and see if the Sugo Fest itself, from what we can tell right now, is good or not. I do not know what the steps look like so far, apart from the first one right here, which, as you can see, is 30 gems. Another thing to say here is that this Sugo Fest is going to go live on the 21st at 1900. So news o'clock. So that's about a week from now as of recording this video. You can see on the recommended character list here, we have Ace, Sabo, Fire Tank Pirates are here as well, which is going to be really nice. Brook, Carrot, and Alvida Kizuna rare recruits. So there is no like extra batch units for this Sugo Fest. It's only the Ace Sabo, which is a new unit for this Sugo Fest. So let's go ahead and go over this real quick and see what makes this Sugo Fest interesting or not. So the first multi-pull, which is 30 gems, is a class pickup Sugo Fest only character. What this step basically means is it's going to be a Kizuna rare recruit character, and this can be from any batch that has had Kizuna characters before in the past, or a limited time rare recruit character such as like limited rare recruit Bonnie, Marco, you know, like Judge, those kind of characters. And that's a really good step, because if you get a red, you're pretty much going to get yourself either the Fire Tank Pirates or a Sabo. And this is actually what happened to me on the Pudding banner with Sanji Pudding. And speaking of them, we do not know if they're on this banner or not. They're not on the recommended list on the front here. So it leads me to believe that they might not be. But we do not know at this time even what the other legends on the banner are. Or as you can see from the second part, which is a Sugo Fest exclusive character or a rate boost character, we don't know what the rate boosts are either. So there's a little information to go off right now on that, but not a ton. And I hate those steps, by the way. Sugo Fest only character or a rate boost character. I feel they're better than the steps we were getting a few months ago, where it was like, oh, you're guaranteed a quick character, or here's a strength character. I hate those steps. Were actual garbage. But this step is also just not a good step. Anyway, let's continue here. Third is a Kizuna class Sugo Fest only character. So this is similar to the first step, but it takes out all the limited rare recruits from the pool there. So it's only a Kizuna character on that third step. Fourth is a Sugo Fest exclusive character. So you have to go to 4 to guarantee yourself a Sugo Fest character. And from what I can tell, this is not going to be a specialty rated banner or anything. It's just going to be a normal red rate. And then you got to go to the fifth step to get a recommended character, which, like I said, is anybody on the banner right here. So Alvida, Carrot, Brook, Fire Tank Pirates, and Ace Sabo. So very good chance of getting either Fire Tank or Ace Sabo if you skipped Fire Tank. This is actually a really good step for there. I'm actually missing 4 out of the 5 units on that step, so I'll probably be going to at least that step. I think that's a pretty good step. It's just a shame that it's on the 5th multi-pull step here, because if you can remember, on the Fire Tank Pirates Sugo Fest, this step with the recommended character was on the 3rd multi-pull, which was honestly fantastic. I didn't pull on that banner because I knew this was coming, but it's a shame that we have to go to 5 on this one. And again, no 1-gem multis on this Sugo Fest, which leads me to believe that that is not going to happen anymore unless it's like a very specific Sugo Fest. We'll really know if it's like gone for sure on the treasure map Sugo Fest, which should be the one after this one. After the Kizuna is over, we should get the treasure map. And if there are no 1-gem multis, like if the 4th multi-pull is not a 1-gem multi on that, I'd say it's pretty safe to say there are no more 1-gem multis coming in the near future, which is a massive bummer and a huge shame, because if we're going on that route where we're trying to, they're pushing us towards those Japan Sugo Fest structures, those banner structures are not great in comparison to what we usually are used to. And if that's the case, there's going to be a huge discrepancy between the two parts, because the gem sales on JP, and I might have said this before, are far significantly better than the ones we get on global. So something's going to have to give there, and I don't know what it's going to be, but if there's nowhere 1-gem multis, it's just making it way more harder for the global player base to do pulls, unlike the Japan player base, which have said that, they don't really see banners like they're getting as that big of a deal because they have so many ways to get gems. It's just, we'll see how it goes, but that's what it looks like with the 1-gem multis. 6th step is going to be like the step previous on the 3rd. It's a Kizuna Clash Sugo Fest only character. 7th is a legend or a rate boost. 8th is a legend. 9 is a class up Sugo Fest only character, which is like the first step, which includes limited time characters. And then the 10th is another recommended character. 11 is a Kizuna Clash Sugo Fest only character. 12th is a Sugo Fest exclusive or rate boost. 13 is a legend, and it kind of repeats from here. It's a class up Sugo Fest character there. 15 is a recommended character, then a Kizuna one. It just repeats and repeats, and it seems like every 5 multi-pulls you get a recommended character, and in between every 5 pulls you're getting a legend, and then it's kind of either a Kizuna Clash character or a class pickup or a rate boost or a legend. And then all the way at the end, 25 multi-pulls guarantees you Ace Sabo. I'm not quite sure about this Sugo Fest. I don't think it's as good as the Fire Tanks one if we're comparing. I think the Fire Tank banner was better. And 25 multi-pulls without any 1-gems is a lot. It's like the banner that's out right now with the Trios banner. There aren't any discounts apart from the first one on that. And you have to go super far to get the legend. Not a fan. Not a fan. It is, however, to be said that this is going to be something that is hard to skip, because this will be the first Kizuna Clash with the Pirate Alliance implemented. So if you're in a Pirate Alliance and your group wants to do really well, I feel like it's kind of your obligation to do at least a few multi-pulls on this banner. Personally, where I think like a good place to go would be 5 for the recommended character. If you don't get them like Ace Sabo by that point, and you don't get them on 5, for I'd say like a majority of players who've done like a lot of pulls on the Trios banner, if you did, that would be a good place to stop. But this is going to be a tough banner to skip because Ace Sabo is so good. And we are actually going to go over that unit right here. Since it's the only unit that is new for the batch, I don't want to make a separate video just going over the unit. So we're going to go over it right now. Captive ability is going to be when they're combined, a 5 times attack boost of the entire crew, by the way. It's a rainbow attack boost 5 times when they're combined. But this is only when slots match. It's a 4.5 otherwise. HP 1.3 makes quick and dex slots matching. Reduces crew's despair and special bind by 10 turns. That is so good. And heals crew by 1 times character's recovery for every perfect you hit. So you're getting 2 orbs matching. You're getting a 5 times attack boost when you get a matching orb. 4.5 otherwise. Still, that's very strong. A high HP boost of 1.3. You get utility with despair and special bind removal of 10 turns. That is just phenomenal. And then a 1 times recovery for every perfect. That's a great captain ability. Let's go over their normal ones. So I think, and I misclicked there, my bad. I think, and I'm not 100% sure about this right now, but I think Ace is the first one out. He boosts attack of all characters again. 4.25 times when slots match, 4 times otherwise, HP 1.3, making quick slots matching, and then you reduce despair by 10 turns, and 0.5 recovery of that character for every perfect you hit at the end of the turn. So as you can probably tell, the next character, Sabo, is probably going to have special bind removal of 10 turns. So it's one or the other. So if you're fluctuating back and forth between them, you can always get at least 10 turns of despair and 10 turns of special bind removal with just their capabilities. That is phenomenally good. Getting a matching slot's also going to be really nice. And a 4.25 attack boost is nothing to sneeze at. For just a base dual unit attack boost, that's really good. And 4 times without a matching orb, that's still really good too. High HP boost, I'm loving that. And we're just going to go look at Sabo, even though we probably have a good idea what he's going to do. So 4.25 when slots match, 4 times otherwise, HP 1.3, dex slots are matching, reducing special bind by 10 turns, and 0.5. So it's essentially the same capability. The only difference is the orb that is going to be counting as beneficial, and the utility being despair or special bind, depending on which one you're going to use as your captain. That is just, the capability is fantastic. Super, super strong. Plus, it's going to be even better during the Kizuna Clash because it's probably going to have a updated capability that's like 5 times all the time or something like that. We don't know for sure, but let's go ahead and look at their special here, which is going to max, it looks like, at 12 turns, reducing crew's bind, despair, special bind duration by 5 turns. That's already very good, which means you're pretty much getting 15 turns of despair and special bind, depending on who your captain is. The only addition there is bind, which you're going to get 5 turns on that too. It's already, utility is fantastic. Boost free spirit and shooter characters, so it's not a universal boost. It's based on the 2 classes that they have here. Slot effects by 2.5 for 3 turns. So 3 turns, fantastic. 2.5 is also amazingly good. And then when it also says, and this is unique, this is the first kind of unit we've seen like this. When you have Monkey D. Luffy in the crew or as a support character, you get a free spirit and shooter character slot effects 2.5 for 1 turn, right? Okay, no, I misread that a little bit. So you're getting 2.5 orb boost when Luffy is either a crew member or a support character, right? And getting him as a support character is super easy. You can just use Snake Man, super easy. And if you're going to use a Luffy character as your crew mate, that's easy too, because there's a bunch of good Luffy characters, and specifically the new Luffy, you know, the new quick super type Luffy, he could get on this team. But you get it for 3 turns, a 2.5 for 3 turns if you have that Luffy. Otherwise, it's a 2.5 for 1 turn. That's what it is. And then he also changes crew's block slots to their own type, just as an additional effect there, and you become the dual unit for 3 turns. That's a very good special ability. It's not like brokenly good, but 2.5 slot effect boost for 3 turns when you have that Luffy. 3 turns is what you always like to see, because that means it goes into the next stage and the preemptive doesn't take it away, unless they have some kind of removed beneficial effects. But that is very, very good. I love that special ability. And then, as you know, because this is a dual unit, they have well, a crewmate ability there for 50 stats. There's probably one for their limit break, but where is their switch effect? Here it is. Okay, so here's their switch effect, which boosts the type effects of normal attacks for the crew, Rainbow again, 1.5 for 1 turn, and changes adjacent slots to their character's own type. That is absolutely phenomenal. That's a great switch effect. And actually, it gets better than that, because this is going to be the first character in the game, minus the free-to-play Chopper Law character, which I think is going to get their super swap before this. But this is the first character, Legend, that gets a super switch ability. And what this is after a specific amount of switches that you've done during the course of the period of the battle that you're in, which I think for this character is 4, you get the super switch. And when you super switch, it boosts the type effects of normal attacks for the crew by 2.25 for 1 turn and changes all slots to character's own type. I can't tell you how good that is. That is unbelievably good. It's borderline brokenly good. The only way that this would make it broken is if it also went through block slots, which it does not. But as you can remember, their special ability does. It changes block slots. So at that point, you don't need to change slots. You can change them whenever you want to matching, because their special gets rid of the block slots, and their switch ability, their super switch, gets rid of all the other slots and changes them into matching. So it's honestly super, super good. And just with the whole package with this character, I can tell you, and it says there switch time 4, so you have to do it 4 times to get the super switch. This character is easily S tier on my ranking list. They're definitely an S tier unit to get, and I think they're going to be strong for a very long time, specifically because of the super switch. Plus it's a rainbow switch, like, so you get just a rainbow color affinity, so they can fit like on every team that you want to put them on, and they'll be good. So yeah, very, very good unit. And I like I said earlier in the video, I feel it's going to be a little difficult for people to skip on this banner, and we knew this was coming. So if you spent all your gems on the trio banner, I don't know what to tell you. I was saying on that trio banner, you know, maybe wait to see what this is like. And this is not the best Sugo Fest, but this character is one of the best. So anyway, I don't think there's any more to go over here. We can't look at the drop rate. We can't look at what the legends on the list are or anything like that. But this looks like a okay Sugo Fest. It's nothing fantastic, but the unit is fantastic. So like, take that as you will. And I would suggest doing pulls on this. I do think it's worth doing pulls on, but I don't think the Sugo Fest itself is good. I think it's just kind of average. Specifically, they took those 1 gem multis out. I think that's a big misstep on their part. But they're trying to bring both of the servers together, and they can't have disparities like that on the banners, having one gems and the other not. So I don't know what they're gonna do, but they're gonna have to change something if they're taking those 1 gems away and making everything so damn expensive to pull on. So those are my thoughts on this banner, guys. I will be doing pulls on this for sure on the 21st when it comes out. So I hope to see you there on my Twitch channel, which I will be live doing pulls on. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button for me. It helped me out a great deal. As well as subscribe so you can get notified when I put out more videos. To get them in your feed there. And you can go check out the description below, which is going to have a link to my Twitch channel. Follow me there, and you can get notified when I go live. Playing Treasure Cruise a lot right now. There's just so much going on. And we're going to be going live actually in a few days, more than likely. Doing more of the events for the Onigashima, like long voyage stuff, as well as getting prepped for this and all the stuff coming up. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope to see you there, and I'll talk to you all later. See ya.